17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The three-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
Playing on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Welcome to this episode of Biker Wars with Bill Staxx. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch this show. This is a good one. You don't want to miss this one. So before we get started, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. If you want to help the show, you can donate through Cash App at Chattin with Staxx, Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. There's links in the description of this video. If you can't donate, share the video, tell a friend to tell a friend. Now, let me give a couple shout outs and then we'll get down to business. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Rob, what's going on? James, how are you? Mark, what's good? Jaman, what's going on? Thank you guys all for joining me. I appreciate you. There's a lot we got to talk about. But this is an insane story. It's an old one, but it's pretty good. So this one happened back in 2017. And this happened in Illinois, in Ottawa, Illinois. It says incredible drone footage captures a massive brawl between the Hells Angels and a rival motorcycle gang in Illinois. Drone footage shows the brawl between biker gangs, the Hells Angels, and the Outlaws. 50 to 75 bikers were involved in this fight in Illinois. 4 people were arrested and 3 were facing felony charges. That's the 3 that are on the front. Carney, what's going on? It's your boy Poncho. If that's Poncho, I need you to come back on the show. So a lot of people want to hear your story. There's been a lot of requests for that. So the 3 guys that I put on the thumbnail are the ones I believe that were charged with the felonies. But this was a massive brawl. It says drone footage captures a massive brawl between 2 rival motorcycle gangs, the Hells Angels and the Outlaw Motorcycle Club. 4 men, the motorcycle gangs, the Hells Angels and the Outlaws, have been arrested and 3 charged with felonies. 50 to 75 bikers were involved with the incident. Occurred on a Sunday night. I'm going to show you that footage in a minute. It says Ottawa police say they recovered 2 handguns, multiple knives, and other weapons, including brass knuckles. 1 police officer received minor injuries and was treated and released from a local hospital. Craig Vardner, 45, was cited for expired registration. Christopher Tandani, 39, was charged with unlawfully altering a registration. Robert Toman, 53, was arrested. Complaints of mob action and possession of brass knuckles and a broken glass bottle, and bringing a handgun into a bar. The most serious charges were against Eric Cronin, 38, was arrested on complaints of mob action and aggravated assault upon a peace officer for allegedly assaulting a police officer with a knife. Shannon Cantu filmed all the action on his drone That must be a guy's name, Shannon, but okay. Filmed it all on his drone after hearing about the possible fight. He posted the video to Facebook, and it already has 175,000 views. Now we're going to get into the drone footage. Check this out. It's pretty crazy. So I'll just play the drone footage first, and then we'll go and play the news reel. So here is the melee as it breaks out in the street. You could see some of those cuts. You could see outlaw cuts, and there's Hell's Angels mixed in there. See the dude laying on the ground. It's a massive brawl. See, there's people running in from over in the corner. And then the cop comes in with his gun. He's pushing people around. You see the cop just push the guy. I'll wind it back so you guys can see it more. Should have zoomed in a little bit, but when you zoom in, it gets a little blurry. Yeah, let me take that down so you can see. People are getting on the ground. I would have just said, see ya, walked away. What is he going to do? What are they going to do? Shoot you in the back? Not really. Probably not. What do you think? What would you do if you were there? Just walk away, right? Oh, damn, I'm not stopping. My question is, what made this even transpire? Why were they in the same place? Did they get invited? Both of the clubs get invited? I know that they've been in events before where they're both at the same place and nothing happened. Because honestly, I think deep down, these guys don't want this type of stuff to happen. There's a lot of them that just want to coexist. You know what I mean?
Brawl, I couldn't really keep my eyes on everybody, but
yeah, you just keep walking, right? They pull the gun, like, get on the ground. Nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna keep walking. Nothing to see here. What's going on, David? How are you? Carney Ride, how are you?
And no gunshots or anything like that, but I heard there was a hammer used.
The fight was captured on this drone footage. It shows what witnesses say was a brawl between rival biker gangs, the Hells Angels and the Outlaws.
I heard the officers yelling, get down on the ground, get down on the ground, and I just seen them. I'm pretty sure they were macing him or pointing a weapon or mace at him. And then you had people laying in the street. You had
my apologies for the choppiness. It's very windy outside, so it could be the connection. And let me,
it was a brawl. I couldn't really keep my eyes on everybody, but and no gunshots or anything like that, but I heard there was a hammer used.
The fight was captured on this drone footage. It shows what witnesses say was a brawl between rival biker gangs, the Hells Angels and the Outlaws.
I heard the officers yelling, get down on the ground, get down on the ground, and I just seen them. I'm pretty sure they were macing him or pointing a weapon or mace at him. And then you had people laying in the street. You had they were trying to contain everybody from leaving.
It all happened at around 7:30 Sunday night. Authorities say 50 to 75 bikers were involved.
Progressively seeing more and more bikers coming into the area.
Nicholas Hafman is a bartender at a pub around the corner, and he says he saw the situation unfold.
They're spilling out into the streets, and they had a guy backed up against the car right here. And then a guy with a suit came up, and it all started off from there. And
Ottawa police say they recovered 2 handguns, multiple knives, and other weapons like brass knuckles.
I saw.
Yeah, let me know, Poncho. There's a lot of people that want to hear your story, and we don't need to talk about club business or none of that. You said, I don't know if I'm allowed to come on or not. I know there's a lot of questions, and I'd like to answer them. Yeah, find out, and we'll work it out. If you are, then that's cool, and if not, that's cool too. I appreciate it either way. We could do it just like before a pre-recorded interview. You get to check it out first, you know. Shout out to anybody out there if you want to come on the show and tell your story. I'm not looking for club business or anything like that. I just want to hear your story. But here, let's play this again.
It was a brawl. I couldn't really keep my eyes on everybody, but and no gunshots or anything like that, but I heard there was a hammer used.
The fight was captured on this drone footage. It shows what witnesses say was a brawl between rival biker gangs, the Hells Angels, and the Outlaws.
I heard the officers yelling, "Get down on the ground, get down on the ground," and I just seen them. I'm pretty sure they were macing him or pointing a weapon or mace at him.
Yeah, you're right. This dude just walks over and says, "Hey, I got some drone footage for you, officer." Like, why would they do that? They just handed him the case on a silver platter. But I mean, listen, the cops came in there and they arrested the people with weapons. I mean, I don't know if this footage is even going to matter, really.
And then you had people laying in the street. You had they were trying to contain everybody from leaving.
It all happened at around 7:30 Sunday night. Authorities say 50 to 75 bikers were involved.
Aggressively seeing more and more bikers coming into the area.
Nicholas Hafman is a bartender at a pub around the corner, and he says he saw the situation unfold.
They're spilling out into the streets, and they had a guy backed up against the car right here. And then a guy with a suit came up, and it all started off from there. And
Ottawa police say they recovered 2 handguns, multiple knives, and other weapons like brass knuckles.
I saw a guy was bleeding, and we called an ambulance. And he had a shirt over his head, and he was leaking pretty good.
Police say 4 men were arrested. One was simply given a citation for an expired registration, but 3 others face felony charges. 39-year-old Christopher Tondini of Morris was charged with unlawfully altering his registration. 53-year-old Robert Thoman of Oak Forest was arrested on complaints of mob action and possessing brass knuckles, a broken glass bottle, and bringing a gun into a bar. And the most serious charges are against 38-year-old Eric Cronin. He was arrested for mob action and assaulting a police officer with a knife.
He is screwed. Assaulting a police officer with a knife and mob action, whatever that is. I don't know how much time exactly that type of charge carries, but we're going to check it out. Let's take a look right now. What's that charge? Citing mob action? I've never even heard of that. Has anyone ever heard of that before? All right, let's see. A mob action charge is a criminal offense in Illinois that occurs when 2 or more people act together to disturb the peace or commit a crime. Mob action charges can include rioting, looting, and vandalism. What are the elements of mob action? Disturbing the peace, acting together to use force or violence to disturb the public's peace, assembling to commit a crime, knowingly gathering together to commit a felony or a misdemeanor. Yeah, but if they go to, say they go to a bar, I don't think they're intending, like it's premeditated assault. I don't think that's the case. I think maybe something happens and things happen, you know. Mob justice, gathering together to violently harm or damage property, someone suspected of a crime. That's mob justice. So like if they were, say someone did something to you, like someone did something to one of your family members and then you went and did something to them, you would be charged with mob justice, which is gathering together to violently harm or damage a property or someone suspected of a crime. What are the penalties for mob action? Class 4 felony. A sentence is from 1 to 3 years in prison and up to $25,000 fine. Class C misdemeanor is a sentence of up to 30 days in jail and a $1,500 fine. Or community service may order the defendant to perform community service. What are the consequences of a mob action conviction? A permanent criminal record, additional charges such as assault and battery and possession of weapons. So damn, that's just a charge that they give you in Illinois. Hungover closer, what's up? How are you? So this happened out in Illinois, and I'm not really sure what the outcome of this case was, but I thought it was pretty interesting. And the guy that was on that article, the guy that was talking in the newscast, he is not the one that provided the tape either. I just want to make that be aware. He's not the one that gave up the tape. But I have a lot of different videos of motorcycle club members going at it, serious altercations. And if you want to see them uncut, you can go check them out on Patreon. Some of them are free, but there's other ones that you got to pay a subscription for, and it's not that much money. The subscription is very cheap. It's like $2 or $3 a month. So make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. And I got a huge announcement. You never know. I'm going to show you guys something. So I signed up today to be a correspondent from the White House. Oh, yeah. We definitely did that. We submitted to be a correspondent to the White House. They said they're looking for podcasters and people with media. So you never know. We might get picked to be a correspondent from the White House. That would be insane. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is go pick up this book, Prison Politics 101. It just got banned from the Department of Corrections. Insane. I am in this book. I'm featured in this book. Shout out to Larry Levine. He's the author of Prison Politics 101. And I am featured in this book. Make sure you go pick it up. I'm seeing if I could get the link for you guys. This is a great book. The book is about what to do if you ever get caught for a crime and go to prison. What the best course of action is. And I think there is 10 or 15 little tips that I put in this book that will give you an easier time if you go to prison. Like little type rules to live by. And it's pretty interesting. Here I have the link. You can get it on Amazon. It's $31 for the book. Yeah, but if you get this book, my picture's in it and everything. It's pretty cool. Mob Justice A-Light. Don't worry, I got more shows coming up about them. About the mob blunkies, the guys who couldn't cut it in the streets. Now they come on the internet to act like gangsters. It's pretty funny. They're 3 or more dressed alike that get you formation. Three or more dressed alike to get you in formation. they'll probably charge you with like with some gang charges or something if you're dressed alike, I would imagine. Yeah, definitely go check this book out, though. It's a great read. It just gives you different tips on if you go to prison on what to do. Too bad there's no footage from down there, like closer. But I have some wild videos. I have a wild video of a pagan running up to a dude on a motorcycle. Not the one you guys have all seen. These are videos you have not seen. I cannot post them onto YouTube. But they are on Patreon. And there are some pretty graphic ones. But the graphic ones go onto Patreon. Yep, Illinois cab. Ottawa, Illinois. This happened in 2017. I mean, this article came out in August 22nd, 2017. And that's crazy. Someone took drone footage. They just handed it over to the police. Like, here you go. Hey, I got this footage for you, too.
I couldn't really keep my eyes on everybody, but no gunshots or anything like that, but I heard there was a hammer used.
The fight was captured on this drone footage. It shows what witnesses say was a brawl between rival biker gangs, the Hells Angels, and the Outlaws.
I heard the officers yelling, "Get down on the ground, get down on the ground," and I just seen them.
Did he? The North Side chapter boss got charged because of the drone footage. Are you serious? Damn. What was he charged with? Directing them to do something? And if that's the case, I don't know if the drone footage would be enough to convict somebody in that. They had to have somebody cooperating. 100%.
It was a brawl. I couldn't really keep my eyes on everybody, but...
That is a pretty big brawl, though. 50 to 75 bikers.
And no gunshots or anything like that, but I heard there was a hammer used.
If you guys remember, there was a huge brawl with the Mongols, and they were fighting inside I think it was a wrestling arena. It was not, I'm not talking about the Hells Angels and the Mongols. I'm talking about the Mongols were at a wrestling event, and they started getting into a fight with people allegedly at this wrestling event, and it was pretty brutal. And that video is on Patreon. There is a lot.
The fight was captured on this drone footage. It shows what witnesses say was a brawl between rival biker gangs, the Hells Angels, and the Outlaws.
I heard the officers yelling, "Get down on the ground, get down on the ground," and I just seen them. I'm pretty sure they were macing them, or pointing a weapon or mace at them. And then you had people laying in the street. You had they were trying to contain everybody from leaving.
It all happened at around 7:30 Sunday night. Authorities say 50 to 75 bikers were involved.
Aggressively seeing more and more bikers coming into the area.
Nicholas Hafman is a bartender at a pub around the corner, and he says he saw the situation unfold.
They're spilling out into the streets, and they had a guy backed up against the car right here. And then a guy with a suit came up, and it all started off from there. And
Ottawa police say they recovered 2 handguns, multiple knives, and other weapons like brass knuckles.
I saw a guy was bleeding, and we called an ambulance. And he had a shirt over his head, and he was leaking pretty good.
Police say 4 men were arrested. One was simply given a citation for an expired registration, but 3 others face felony charges. 39-year-old Christopher Tondini of Morris was charged with unlawfully altering his registration. 53-year-old Robert Thoman of Oak Forest was arrested on complaints of mob action and possessing brass knuckles, a broken glass bottle, and bringing a gun into a bar. And the most serious charges are against 38-year-old Eric Cronin. He was arrested for mob action and assaulting a police officer with a knife.
Ooh, that assault on a police officer with a knife is a really bad charge. Joe Blunts, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, I think it was that one. The MMA fight where they were bashing people at that one. It was insane. The Laughlin one is up there. That one that you're talking about is up there. There's a bunch that aren't on. They're not all over the internet. Thank you. I've been in recovery. Congratulations, man. Keep it going. Remember, if you're out there struggling with addiction, try to find recovery. It's a whole new life, and it'll change your life. Give it a chance. It is a great thing to be sober. So tomorrow I'm going to be going over an outlaw gave an interview. One of the former national presidents of the Outlaws gave an interview, and I have it. We're going to talk about it. His name is Mark Lester. Gave an interview, and we are going to go over that tomorrow. And I have a bunch of other content to bring you guys. Another thing I wanted to talk about is in LA, concerns have been raised because of this picture. Now, it was on Google Maps that people have noticed that somebody is spelling out help inside this empty yard. Someone's spelling out help with like construction material and pipes and things like that. And they don't know where it's coming from. People have been there. They have spoken to people. One lady there said it was some homeless guy did this. But people are concerned that maybe people are trapped somewhere and they need help. And people were saying that it could be people in containers that escaped and they're looking for help. But it's crazy that you could see this on Google Maps and people pointed it out. And now there's like a big thing going on. I don't know if you guys have seen this. The Pee-wee Wedding Chapel one, I got that one too. That one's a crazy video. Congratulations on being clean, hungover closer. It is great being clean. I have blink cameras around my property, only facing my I got an underground bell system on my property. Just like Aleto has underground bell system. This dude said he had an underground bell system. Crazy. I don't know where they do that at. And that was in the 90s. He said he had an underground bell system at his house. That's when he killed somebody on his property and he doesn't know how many he killed or what happened with the bodies. They just disappeared. He doesn't know. He has no more information about that little case. I don't know where they do that at. Crazy. But yeah, make sure you guys tune in tonight. We got a good show for you guys. And then tomorrow is another Breeze, part 3. Don't want to miss that at 10 p.m. Tonight we have Frank Lee, who's charged with attempted murder. Changed his whole life around. He's doing the right thing now. He's out living a great life. He has his own business. And it's all about putting one foot in front of the other and trying to do the next right thing. Yeah, don't miss that. And I'm going to be releasing, probably right after I get off this, I'll be releasing Brandon's interview, the ex-Bandito. I'll be releasing the full interview underneath videos. Attempted Murder to Redemption, Frank Lee, Part 2, tonight at 10 p.m. And tomorrow we got Breeze, starting an MC Cult Killing Machine. Part 3 is dropping tomorrow night. And then we have a lot of interviews dropping after that. I'm finishing up a bunch, and you guys are going to like these. I just interviewed a guy last night he was sentenced to 144 years. Crazy. And he's been out for, I think, 9 months now. And he's out doing the right thing now. So you guys don't want to miss these interviews. It's all about positivity and spreading positivity. I got some more motorcycle club members that are going to be coming on. Some active, some not active. But if you guys enjoy this type of content, keep coming, share the video, tell a friend to come by and check it out. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch this show. And remember, if you want to be a guest on the show, just email me at BillStaxx2021 and I'll bring you on. Here, I'll play a couple clips of the interview that's going to be dropping this weekend. Check this.
You know, I got frustrated and like I was young and wild, bro. You know, I've grown to care about people. That's why I like, you know, getting on TikTok, interacting with everybody. I like to spread positivity because I was young and wild. I had a lot of anger in me, you know, so that set me off when I was like, y'all came to rob us. You know what I mean? I'm like, I probably would have beat the shit out of us if I didn't have this. So I shot both.
You shot them both?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
Where in the body?
I just shot them in the legs, just to, you know.
Did you search them for the money?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
They had nothing.
Nothing, bro. And I shot the one because like the way it like I kind of got spooked when I was searching him. You know, I shot the one and I was young and wild. Not somebody that you want to mess over, but you know, I was cool with them too. So I was like, damn, if I'd have known it was his house, I wouldn't have messed with it.
Yeah.
But anyways, like his friends were trying to really do something to me. I asked them, I'm like, did y'all call the cops? They're like, the cops are the least of your worries. And but he's like, hey, he told me the one that had first come out, whose house it was, he said, hey, go get in the truck, you know what I mean? And
his truck? Go get in his truck?
Yeah, he said, give us all our stuff. You go sit in the truck. But his homeboys was kind of so mad they wanted to do something to me. So he's like, you know, go over there and just chill. They ain't going to mess with you there. And he come and got in the truck and he's taking me for a ride. Man, check it out, bro. Like a lot of people get on here, like a lot of people like West Watson with all the prison stuff. You know, I feel like a lot of stuff's fabricated. But like in Dallas County back in the 90s, it was like that. You know, it was eat 'em up, beat 'em up is what they call it.
That's no joke.
And
I was in prison in the 90s, man. Little Chester, it was wild.
Yeah, so what they would do in there, let me tell you about when I first walked in. Hell yeah, I'm 7. It's my birthday. So let me tell you real quick, us juveniles back there, we'd get bored and we would like flood the cells.
Listen, Josh is official, the real deal. We got proof to go along with everything he says. We got pictures, we got all that. So if people are he was locked up with John Gotti's brother, Gene Gotti. He told me some wild stories. He had a cell phone in prison. So you don't want to miss that one. It's coming this weekend. I appreciate all you guys for watching this show. He said the trolls are going hard on this guy on TikTok. So what? Trolls are, that's all they are. They ain't shit. Remember, go check out Prison Politics 101 with Larry Levine. You can get it on Amazon. It's a great book, and I am in it. But anyway, tomorrow around 1 or 2 o'clock, I will be on again. Don't miss the show tonight at 10 o'clock. I appreciate all you guys. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. Peace.